Oh my god. Welcome back to Danganronpa 2. By the time I realized I was looking at the remains of Nagito Komaeda, the ultimate lucky student, time had already stopped. Oh my gosh. I am sorry for cutting it where I did before, but I was literally just so shocked. I just couldn't even go on. Like, I had to stop right there. Like, I didn't know if there was going to be any more about it right afterwards. I figured the chapter break was coming, but I couldn't even deal. What the fuck happened to him? Eventually, the shock finally registered with me. A numb feeling spread from the center of my brain almost instantly. So we're probably going to see this quite a bit, so I want people to be careful in case this bothers them. Nagito is dead. Even when I saw this before me, I wasn't able to comprehend that reality yet. I'm gobsmacked. Well, I seriously thought that he would be here, maybe hurt, burned, perhaps, but this has nothing to do with what happened in here. What is all this? And how? So someone's done this to him.
Huh?
Who in the world is left in this group that's capable of doing something like that? I can't even think of a single person. Huh?
What?
Same. Also same. And that.
What?
What's going on here?
Are you serious?
Is he really dead? He's not pretending to be dead, is he? I don't think so. I mean, it's Nagito, you know? That's right, it's Nagito. He always messed with us, he always tried to confuse us. That's why I can't believe it. There's gotta be something else. There has to be. How did this happen? Nagito ended up in such a cruel state. Nagito is dead. Deep down, I believed that when the killings finally ended, I'd never see the guy again. Never expected I'd be looking at Nagito's body like this. Nagito probably thought the same thing. I couldn't help seeing it in his dead, frightened face. But on this island, unbelievably abnormal occurrences happen all the time. Even Nagito couldn't escape the truth. Man, I'm like so shocked I can barely speak. But even something as small as that? Ding dong, dong ding, here it is. We've discovered him. Yep.
A body has been discovered!
Oh boy.
Now then, after a certain amount of time has passed, the class trial will begin!
Oh no. Oh, this is not great.
Don't tell me.
The body discovery announcement. Then it's for real.
Hey!
Nagito's really dead?
Damn it.
It's not just that he's dead. If the body discovery announcement was made, does that mean Nagito was killed? Killed?
That's right.
Plus, it's one of us. I mean, that's what it means, right? That is what it means. One of us killed Nagito? One of us killed him so brutally? I mean, on the off chance that he did all that to himself, which I don't see how, since he's all tied up. Would the discovery announcement still have been made if it was a suicide? I mean, yes, but at the same time, that's just too strange. Then, it's gonna start again? Huh? The class trial is gonna start soon, right? Then...
Of course!
Yeah, we gotta do it. We gotta find out who Nagito's killer is.
Hey! Hey!
No matter who you guys sacrifice, you're determined to survive and leave the island, right? Then the time for action is now. So, allow me to give you the familiar Monokuma Wait! Hold it right there.
Damn it!
What? Don't get in my way like that. I was about to whip out the that file in such a cool way.
You stupid brother!
Shut up! I can't stand this anymore.
Got it?
How much longer are you gonna keep putting them through this? No more. I won't let you. I'll make sure I pulverize your evil intentions.
What? How's she gonna do that?
Hey, hey!
Say something.
What's this?
Oh. Now I remember who you are. You're Monami.
Hey!
You just now noticed?
Lie.
Anyway, Monami, if you're gonna talk about my intentions, why don't you talk about yours first?
Huh?
What are your intentions anyway? Why are you keeping everyone cooped up on this island? I'm sure everyone here wants to know too, you know.
Oh boy, he's turning it around on her, is he?
What? No fair. You're shutting up too.
Please wait! Enough already. We already have enough to deal with concerning Nagito. Please, do not say anything else that will confuse us. Poor Sonia, she's just had enough. I can't blame her. I think everybody has. Well, it's really a bittersweet thing, and it's not even bittersweet actually. It's just plain awful that Nagito's dead. I guess what's really, really upsetting is that I said all those nasty things about him and now he's gone. Because honestly, I really did think he was the traitor. I really did.
Hey.
Anyway, let's begin.
Huh? But
This is just...
I mean, in the end, we still have to do it, right? As long as a killing happens, we can't do anything about it, right? We have no choice but to do it, right? Besides, it's our fault that we couldn't even prevent it. I know. That's the only way we can survive, right?
Nice.
looks like you kids are way more well behaved than Monami.
Don't fuck with me!
Don't fuck with me. We're tired of this too, you know. That's why I'll definitely make sure to finish this for good this time.
This is kind of
Oh, does
depressing.
that mean you guys are getting bored of the school trip?
Actually,
Don't worry, the end is near.
Huh? The end?
what's the matter?
Don't make a face like a pig that's about to become bacon. You already noticed it, right?
Oh, of course, that regular timer. You know, it's easy, obviously, to forget about it because of all the other stuff that's going on.
The meaning behind the Monokuma timer. Oh, I guess there's only 2 days left, huh?
Is that it? Are we seriously almost through? When that timer reaches 0, 2 days from now, what will happen to us?
The killing school trip will be over.
Hey, hey,
This will finally be over.
you serious?
Does that mean we can go home?
What are you gonna do?
Don't count your bears before they've hatched. There's just something you gotta do before that, right?
The trial for Nagito, I'm assuming.
So,
once again...
it's the Monokuma file!
Okay, here it is.
Phew.
You guys need to find out who Nagito's killer is and survive the class trial. If this ends here, there won't be an afterword at all.
Do your best.
This is awful because I wasn't sure what was going to happen, and I had a feeling there would be one more. But the party that we have now, I'm not ready for any of them to be gone. Not one of them. Who could the killer possibly be?
Wait!
Hold on.
I won't forgive you.
I won't let you escape this time. Wait right there.
What do you guys think? If the school trip's nearly at an end, it's safe to think that we can go home, right?
But still,
I don't think we can think about that now. Yeah, Chiaki's right. Kazuichi, I understand how you feel, but we need to focus on Nagito's case first.
Damn it!
Even if we can go home, it'll be the end for us if we screw up here.
All right.
Then let's hurry up and solve Nagito's case so we can all go home.
however,
It's nice to think that everyone can go home, but that is impossible, right? I mean, someone in this room killed Nagito. There's a killer among us. The weight of those words began to sink into me. That was true of the previous cases, but was it really true this time? No matter how much I tried, I couldn't believe it. Because the victim was Nagito? Because his death was so abnormally cruel? No, it wasn't just that. There was something more to it than that. And whatever it was stuck inside me. I agree. Whoa! Whoa, whoa, whoa! This music is the final music. Is it? I'm in agreement with this. Something's wrong. Something's real wrong. Oh man, we got this awesome guitar version of this too? Fuck, this is great. Oh god, okay. I'm gonna leave my assumptions on the I'm just gonna leave them for now because I think it's way too early for me to make assumptions, but my first assumption is something big. Really. And I'm afraid to say what it is because I don't want anyone to be like, oh my god, why did you actually predict the future? Because then that pretty much tells me that what I said was correct. I just can't believe it. You know, at first, okay, I'm just gonna tell you. My first thought was that he staged the whole fire and was going to kill himself by that means. To get everything riled up and to make it look like there was a killer here. But I did not expect to see him completely tied up and impaled. That's completely different. How? Oh, this music is a banger. Holy shit. The victim is Nagito Komaeda. The body was discovered inside the warehouse near the Monokuma plushie factory. The estimated time of death is believed to be noon sharp. Oh boy. Not only is there a spear stabbed in his stomach, there are multiple stab wounds on each of his thighs. Furthermore, there is a laceration on his left arm and a knife impaled through his right hand. How? How in the world? What a tragic situation. Just reading this is making me depressed. It's awful. Nobody deserved this.
Huh? Is there something wrong with the Monokuma file?
Huh? Again? But what's wrong with it? What is wrong with it? Not only is there a spear stabbed in his stomach, there are multiple stab wounds on each thigh. Furthermore, there's laceration on his left arm and a knife impaled through his right hand. Yeah? What's wrong, Chiaki?
Yep, it's definitely weird. Well, I guess I'll find out if I look around. That's what the investigation is for.
What's wrong? Do you think something's up? Is there something we're missing already? I'm probably going to take a lot of time on this investigation because I don't want to get it wrong. Don't worry or form conclusions on your own. That makes me more worried than I should be.
We can discuss it later. Right now is our only chance to investigate. So we should investigate first.
Wow, this song is great, but it's quite loud in my ears.
If we don't, there won't be anything for us to discuss.
Well, I guess you're right. I'm trying to concentrate here, but I got this banger up in my ear. Then let's start with the area surrounding Nagito's body. I should start with the back of the warehouse. Okay. Since the curtain blocked most of the water, this area wasn't affected by the sprinklers that much. Okay, so the fire really wasn't even back here at all. So that's really not even something to take into consideration. Thanks to that, I can properly investigate Nagito's body. I never thought I'd have to investigate Nagito's body. Yeah, for as wily as he was, I really didn't think he was gonna get axed. I thought maybe he would get called out if we found out he was the traitor. That's really what I was thinking the whole time. But I thought he was way too smart to get caught up like this. He probably didn't expect to end up like this either. Okay, we got the file. Alright. Let's just start looking everywhere. Everyone's here, and I almost really kind of feel like I should talk to everyone.
So just as I thought.
If only everyone could go home. Nothing would make me happier.
No, we should finish the class trial, and then we can think about what will happen after.
Okay, Fuyu?
Like...
Obviously, my first thought is something so brutal would be something tied in with the Yakuza, but I do not think. 100%. I don't think that Fuyu had anything to do with it. I really just don't. And not just because I like him as a person and a character, I just don't have that feeling. I'm not freaking out about it like Kazuichi, but I definitely can't stop thinking about it. When the Monokuma timer reaches 0 2 days from now, what's gonna happen?
Huh?
What's gonna happen?
That's obviously
Rotten
wrong.
school trip is gonna end, right? We can finally go home. Carefree till the end. Fuyu's thinking that's not gonna be the case, and I'm assuming it's not gonna be that simple. Does that mean you don't think that'll happen? We know, right? Because we've already played through Danganronpa 1. We thought those kids were going home.
Well, yeah.
Monokuma might be planning to do something after the countdown ends.
Hey, hey!
What do you mean, something?
Shut up!
It's making us kill each other, you know? What could be worse than that?
Damn it!
I don't know. But this is Monokuma we're talking about, you know? There's no way this will end smoothly with a countdown. I think Fuyu's right. Anyway, like you said before, if we screw up here, it's the end for us. For now, let's focus on the investigation. We'll think about the countdown after we live through the class trial.
I know.
Oh, Fuyu. We can do this. We've got to get through this. Then don't bring up strange stuff like that. I don't... My initial thought is bad. I don't think any one of these kids in front of me had enough to do this with. Not the heart or the spirit or the stuff or anything. I just don't feel it. It mattered for Gundam's killing and for Mikan's. But it looks like it's different this time. Doesn't matter. What doesn't matter?
So,
The time. Looks like the time doesn't matter. It was clearly written in the Monokuma file. Time of death was noon sharp. If it was at noon, what were we doing at that time? What were we doing? Well, right now it's
time.
It's 12:30. Well, wasn't all that then when the fire was going on and everything? So it also has a clock function. Well, yeah, it's a Nekomaru clock. Then that means Nagito died 30 minutes ago. Wait. So recently. Wait, it happened that recently? He's totally a fresh kill. Fresh seems like a bad way to describe it. Wait a minute. 30 minutes ago, wasn't that when everyone was scrambling with the fire at least? Or at the very least, everyone was gathered here. Was anyone out of our sight? If it happened 30 minutes ago, was it around the time we were struggling with the bombs? You're right. Those fake bombs were originally supposed to explode at noon.
All right!
Which means whoever doesn't have an alibi for that time is Nagito's killer. But this could be like when Nekomaru died. The killer could have also used some kind of automatic setup. Also, the crime looks very detailed. They would have needed time to prepare.
All right!
And whoever doesn't have an alibi before we found the bombs is suspicious. That's a good thought, my dear, and you're thinking a lot more than you usually do, so I'm glad. But I don't think it's going to be that easy either.
Huh?
Wait, none of us have an alibi for that time. That's when we all split up to search. That's true, too. Yeah, that's the problem. Wait a minute. So if he died so recently, is it going to be a case of someone did this to him, but he actually didn't die from the wounds until recently? That could be a thing. This could have all been done in, like, the morning, and he could have just been steadily... I don't even want to think about it. Steadily bleeding out. That's awful. Come on, he did not deserve it. Chiaki, what's up? She looks like she's deep in thought while staring at the ceiling. What happened? Is there something strange about the ceiling?
yep.
Yeah, about the sprinkler. That's one of the sprinkler heads that activated to put out the fire.
Well,
You can see a girder right next to it, right? There.
see?
Can you see the red streak? Oh, look at that. All the way up there? Huh? What does that mean? You're right, I definitely see it. It looks like a small red line on the ceiling girder.
Perhaps.
Is it blood? Blood? The color definitely looks like blood, but there's no way blood could get up there, right? Plus, it's in a straight line. Does it mean it was dripping down? That's why I've been staring at it. I think it's strange. It's definitely strange. I should remember this. Okay. Right, blood on the girder. It doesn't really look like it was dripping downward, but maybe I can't tell. Alright. What do we have? We've got lots to look at. Oh, Kazuichi, have we talked to you? You're alright. No, no one's okay. One of us killed Nagito in such a cruel way. That's too bizarre. I can't do anything except laugh. It's alright, everyone deals with these things differently. I'm not getting mad at you for that. Well, let's do the most obvious thing. I never expected Nagito to die like this. He was always spouting nonsense about hope and trying to confuse the hell out of us. But even so, dying like this is just too cruel. Also, he wasn't completely useless. There were times we were only able to reach the truth because of him. But everything good and bad about him is gone. We'll never be confused by him again. We'll never be saved by him again. Hajime, that's so sweet. Really, Nagito didn't deserve this. Now, I know he was ready to die for hope, which makes me wonder about some of this. But how? I can't think about that now because I'll get way too confused. I'll just let them guide me and we'll see what makes sense and what doesn't. Now isn't the time to think about unnecessary things. I need to focus on the investigation now. Okay. God blimey, what a scene. I need to investigate everything about this body that catches my eye. I'm gonna start from left to right, I suppose. Oh yeah, there's quite a bit. There's actually two things here. The knife and the burnt rope. Well, let's start with the knife. The knife is stabbed through Nagito's right hand. Did the killer do this? How could they do something so cruel? This knife, it must be from the military base. Sonia, you were there. Military base? Now that you mention it, you're right. It looks like a survival knife.
Well,
By the way, it seems the wounds on his legs and left arm were caused by the same knife.
Which means, after the killer was finished stabbing Nagito's legs and left arm, they stabbed the knife through his right hand?
it cannot be.
Then, they finished him off with the spear.
How cruel.
It is. Please tell me you didn't do it, Sonia. And does that mean the killer went to the trouble of using two weapons, a knife and a spear? They could have just killed him by stabbing him with the knife. Why did they need to use a spear at all? Yeah, where'd they get it from,
You
too?
are right.
Spear is not usually something you'd find on a military base. And that's the only place I can think of around here that has that many weapons. That is definitely strange. Was there a reason they had to use it? A reason? A reason they had to use the spear. Okay. You know, from the last trial with Nekomaru, with how convoluted it was, I automatically want to start thinking about convoluted reasons this could have happened. Okay, we got the knife. Let's go down the line. Nagito's right wrist is tied with rope, but it looks like the tip of that rope burned off. Could this be a result of the fire? But did the fire actually get back here? I suppose that would be the closest point that the fire could have reached. But that's weird. If the rope is burned off like this, why are Nagito's clothes completely unaffected by the fire when he was so close to the blaze? Again, this makes me think about something convoluted. Was he strung up? And then did he fall? What? But then how would his hand be impaled into the ground? That wouldn't have made any sense. Okay. Was the spear held up and then thrown down? It just doesn't... I can't. If I start thinking about this now, like there's so many possibilities, isn't there? Burned rope, okay. What's next? Nagito's face. He must have been in great pain. He clearly had this agonizing look on his face when he died. His mouth is covered with duct tape. Was this to keep him screaming for help?
This is bad.
Oh, what a horrible look on his face. The blood splattered over it doesn't help either. This is clearly the most gruesome. It really is bad. Oh, I thought Chihiro's was bad. This is really, really bad. It's a good thing his mouth is covered with duct tape, otherwise I wouldn't be able to look at him.
Got a minute? Sorry, excuse me.
Chiaki moved past Kazuichi and me and squatted down next to Nagito's face. What is it? Oh no. And in one swift movement, she ripped the duct tape off his mouth. Were we supposed to do that? Hey, what are you doing?
It's gonna be fine.
It'll be fine. I'll put it back right away once I'm done investigating here.
Hey, hey, hey!
Oh, she's just like Kyoko. She's not afraid to get up in there. Putting the tape back isn't the issue, you ungrateful swine. You're gonna get cursed.
Oh, the blood on Nagito's face. It looks like it mostly came from the slice on his left arm. If that's the case...
Man.
It's no use. She's not listening. Now she's in the zone. We should
Hey,
probably
hey.
listen to what she's saying.
Hey, about the blood splattered on his face. There's no blood under the duct tape.
Huh?
What's wrong with that?
Well,
Well, this duct tape has crinkles like it was sticking towards the inside of his mouth, right? Nagito is probably desperately moving his mouth under the duct tape.
Seriously, what's wrong with it? She means Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape before he got the wounds all over his body. I suppose that makes sense. So he tried to shout, which caused the duct tape to get sucked into his mouth a bit. But what's wrong with that? Is that something we really need to worry about?
Ah,
I don't really get it, but put it back. I guess. Okay, well, let's think about that, because obviously that's going to lead to something.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right. Anyway, this might be some kind of clue. I should remember it. Alright. Okay. What's next? We'll go up here to the left hand, which looks tied. There's a cut on his upper left arm. His legs and right hand have stab wounds, but this one looks like a slice. That's probably the reason the wound on his left arm doesn't look that deep compared to the others. Well, regardless, it doesn't change the fact that it's a hideous wound. There's blood everywhere. It just looks like he was straight up tortured. He didn't need any of those cuts on his hands or his arms or his legs to kill him. I'm assuming it's the stab in the middle that did it.
Super
There's
difficult.
something strange. Strange what?
See?
Look at the palm of his left hand. I think that blood is from when his left arm was sliced, but... Doesn't it? The blood splatter looks strange. It cuts off right in the middle of his palm. Right in the middle of his palm. Yeah, look at that. Was his hand on something before? Face, like, on his body, so the palm was on his body and kept clean and then moved? Or something like that. Yeah, it definitely cuts off. Maybe that's as far as the blood could reach when it splattered. No, it seems way too uniform. Well, that would explain the blood on his palm, but there's something else that's strange. When you flip it over and look at the back of his hand,
Well,
there's also blood, but only above the middle joint of each finger. Weird. His hand must have been in a specific place. But where? You're right. Why is it only on this part?
see?
See, it's just as I said, right? It's strange, right? I win. Yeah, sure, you win. I'll just give it to her. She really wants to win. But it is definitely strange. What did the killer do to make the blood splatter like this? Oh, we leveled up. Blood on the left hand. That is really weird. Where would the hand have to be to make that impression? I'll have to think about that. Okay, the spear. The spear with a flashy ornament on it is impaled deeply into Nagito's stomach. There's no way around it. That looks like the fatal wound.
What's this?
Oh my, what's this? Such a strange looking spear, isn't it?
Yeah, where did it come from is the big question. I think that might help.
A cord extends from the tip of the handle and there's an iron weight attached to it. Oh, I see. He used the cord as a whip to capture the enemy and deliver the final blow with the spear.
Is this your first time looking at this too?
Of course not. This is the spear of Gugnir, right?
No, this again? One of those. We've seen those before. You definitely just came up with that now.
Hey!
By the way, I wanted to ask you, where did the spear come from?
I was about to ask you. There's no way that was on the military base, is there? I feel like I saw it at Nezumi Castle. Oh, you know, this is where we might fall short, because we didn't get to look at that weapons display in the back that I wanted to look at. Was it there? Oh, see, that might have been my bad, because I didn't look at that first.
What?
Well, I didn't think we'd be ushered out of there so quickly.
What? Nezumi Castle?
That would also explain why Monokuma hasn't seen it, if it was there. He's never gone in there.
What the
It
hell?
was designed to be afraid of mice, so I can't go in there. Damn you mice. Damn you all to hell.
I see. Even he doesn't know what's inside there. Man, well, that could have solved all of our problems. We could have just lived in there. Monokuma wouldn't have been able to get us. Well, more importantly, I need to focus on the investigation. The spear definitely catches my eye, but the weight on the end of the cord coming out of the handle, it looks like that part has blood on it too. But for some reason, this section of the cord doesn't have blood on it. Maybe Nagito was holding on to it? Maybe that's why his palm was empty. Like maybe that's why it was clean? Okay, but what does that mean, that he was holding on to it? It's about the size of a human fist. It's strange this section of the cord doesn't have blood on it. That has to clinch it. He was holding on to this part, was he? Also, Chiaki mentioned this earlier, but apparently the spear came from Nezumi Castle. It might be better if I confirm that later. Okay, well at least maybe we'll be able to go look at it then. So that we're not totally screwed. Spear of Gugnir. Okay. What else? Let's finish up here at least. His feet. Both of Nagito's legs are tied up. Each rope is tied to the pillars nearby. He wouldn't have been able to move at all. According to the Monokuma file, the wounds on his legs are all stab wounds. Does that mean the killer didn't just tie up Nagito, but they also stabbed him? Why would the killer do something like that? I don't know. Even with how annoying he was, there's absolutely no call for this. At any rate, it's pretty sadistic. The killer must have been holding a huge grudge toward him. Or they might have been torturing him. I don't think anyone here is capable of that. The grudge, yes. The torturing, no. Torture?
Huh?
I mean, if they just wanted to kill him, they could have just stabbed him once in the chest, right? Torture is a Yakuza device that's often implemented, but I don't think Fuyu did it. I really just don't. If you disregard the spear in his chest, the other wounds were inflicted for reasons other than killing. Which means the wounds over Nagito's body were from the killer torturing him? If that's the case, what was the killer trying to make Nagito confess? Anything. Nagito knew so much. About where the bombs were, about all the information about the school. Anything. Was it something that would have led to the traitor? That too.
Even so.
Even if this was torture, there's no doubt that the killer must have held a deep grudge against him.
Damn it!
Refusing to let him die easily. I can totally understand a dark impulse like that. I know you can. But even if they held a grudge against him, would they really have gone this far? I feel like Fuyu might have maybe pulled this off in the very beginning, but not now. Torture wounds. Okay. I guess I'm done with the area surrounding Nagito's body. I can't believe I actually investigated such a grisly-looking scene. Even I'm surprised at myself. Does this mean I'm used to it? My classmate's dead body is right in front of me, and one of my peers is the killer responsible. And I have to investigate his death so I can find his killer. Am I used to something abnormal as that? That would mean I'm becoming abnormal too. Oh, Hajime. Alright, I'm gonna exit out of that so we don't have to look at it, because in the next one, we'll keep going with the investigation. It looks like there's still much more in here alone that we have to look at, and much more outside. So stay with me, guys. Hold my hand. We'll get this done together. The probably most awful one we've seen yet. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you soon. Toodaloo.